Welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 19 with me, Mr. Searley P. It's Tuesday the 15th of June. We have got some new mods. We've got a load of updates to go through. We'll do those first. As always, top left, the Lizard D882 by Osprey and Kashtan 18, the Lizard G54 by Osprey, the Case Axial Flow 250 series by JHHG Modding. I think that's had the LSW tyre situation sorted on that. The John Deere 6R US series by Blauer, the Massey Ferguson 8700S by STV Modding, the Sosnovka Chicken Pen by ADub Modding ABP Team, the Agco Dealer Sign Pack by KRKZ Modding, that's had some more manufacturers added to it. The Stake by, this was OVIIIXC, and Sphinx has had some new colour options on the stakes. Up the top first then, Spectacle Island by Alien Jim has had a ton of updates. I will be doing a separate video on that because there's loads of changes to that. The Plantation by ADub Modding NLA Gaming ABP Team. The Massey Ferguson 100 and 200 3-cylinder series by Peter J. The Junkari module trailers by Famari 99 and the Reich RD 180 by Agrartechnik Nordeifel have all had updates today. Right, let's crack on. We have got the buildings with garage first. This is 11.95 megabytes downloads by Driver 300. We've got a garage and we've got a cow pasture barn building. Great detailing, nice texturing. There's no lighting on them. On both I've been around and all the bits that look like light switches, I'm not getting anything coming up. There's no sound effects, only the doors though I've noticed too. So this one is the garage. Got a few separate sections for storage of vehicles and or anything else you fancy. And then we've got the pasture, which is just over here. Now, the garage is 14 slots. The pasture is 40. Fairly high on the slot count. But again, very nicely detailed building. A lot of these start to blend in. Again, I keep looking and thinking, I'm sure we've had this or one very similar. Now this is another one of those ones that, unfortunately, triggers are elusive. I'm assuming it's been designed again for taking stuff right inside, because the troughs are right in here. The feed one's there, the water one is over here. Now I thought I could put straw bedding in from the end, because the door does open. I didn't get a trigger up. Maybe I need a much smaller trailer, maybe I need to come right inside for the trigger to work. But they were fairly elusive. I'm assuming that's milk. Kind of looks like it would be. That, I think, is the slurry point. And manure is around the back. Now, we do have this pasture, sort of, out the back. Nothing comes up for gates, so none of this section opens. So I thought, well, maybe you'd bring the water into the side there. Couldn't find an opening here. The manure point is just there. We do have drive-through sections here for the garage portion of it. Again, there's no lighting here, but we do have lights there. I have tried various different points where they look like there are light switches, but I'm not getting anything coming up. Just the gate one keeps opening and closing. We do have a hayloft. So if you do want to put bales up here, you can. The end door opens. I don't know if this side one's, I actually didn't try them. Yep, side one's open as well. And we have got the kind of open section here for dropping bales down, which leads me to think, like I say, the straw should be down in there. We'll just drop out this window if we can. Nope, it's not going to let me. Nope. Okay. Couldn't get that one to open. I wasn't sure if it did or not. So like I say, it's is there light switches there? Nope. Breathing gaps. Getting stuff in here, like I say, I'm assuming it's going to have to be a very small trailer to fit in this doorway on something also fairly small if we're going to get right up in here to the troughs, because I can't seem to access them from the outside. But anyway, that being said, you will find the garage under sheds, 10,000 to buy. Slot count of 14 will drop down to 1, and then the cow pasture is there. It's 50 grand. Slot count goes down from 40 to 2. Now it says, weirdly, on the Mod Hub website, it says it holds 30 cows. Here it says it holds 6. I put in the maximum, it holds 6. So just so you know, that's by Driver 300. We're going to go round the back, past these, because we've got a couple of other pastures. These are simply named pastures. They're 9 slots each, 2.78 megabytes download by Jelinek. Now, interestingly with this one as well, the first we got pasture 1 and pasture 2. Pasture 1 says pastures for bulls. Pasture 2 doesn't say anything. Pasture 1 is smaller, will hold 20 cows. Pasture 2 will hold 50 cows. Now, obviously, if you're running seasons and you get male births, whilst they aren't technically bulls, if you wanted to, with seasons, to separate them, you could have a separate pasture for your bulls if you wanted to. But if we go into our livestock menu, you will see brown and white and black are the two here. Neither of them will give you manure or slurry or milk. So they're literally just a pasture. You get your animals out. They are seasons ready, so the grass will work. They're all at 100%, but I'm getting no reproduction rate on them either. I know I've only got 10 of each in each one of those. Dialog box is just here for putting in, taking out, buying or selling if you want to do that. Water trough to the side, feed trough. They don't require straw either. So they are just, like I say, we haven't got a, in-game at the moment, there's not a placeable bull, so you can't have one of just bulls. All of them have udders. So yeah, so we've got the one for 20, pasture 1, pasture 2 will take 50. Same thing, water trough, feed trough, dialog box, just along to the side there. These you'll also find under animal pens. Pasture 1 is 5 grand, pasture 2 is 10 grand. Not much else to it, that. Do get a bit of freezing every now and again, but that happens a lot with animal pens. So that's the pastures by Jelinek. Next, we'll just follow the line along, I guess, no particular order today. We have got the Fortschritt ZT300. This is 34.5 megabytes download, 14 slots on console. It's by Grabfeld-Schmieder and Ingo376. It's, I want to say 90 horsepower. Nicely made mod. Sounds good as well when it starts up. You'll find it under vehicles and small tractors. 26,500 for the base model. Yeah, 90 horsepower. I think there might be a 100 horsepower option. Yeah. Main colour, any one of those three. So you've got the blood orange, the sky blue, or the sienna green. Design colour. This changes the colour of the weights on the front. Configuration standard, 200, 300, 400, 500. Back to standard. So the design colour is the weights. Interior, we've got standard. Striving, which puts 2 bars either side of the window. Or grid to protect you. And wheel setup, we've got standard, wheel weights, rear narrow twins, back to standard. Then engine setup, we've got the ZT300, 90 horsepower, the 300D at 100 horsepower. If you go for the 100 horsepower, 32 grand. We'll hop in. It's quite loud, so I'll back off a little bit. Lights, there's no beacons on the top. Wing mirrors stick way out there. Interior. Horn. There's no opening doors or windows. There you go. Nice, cheap, 90 or 100 horsepower tractor of the Fortschritt variety by Grabfeld-Schmieder and Ingo 376, which will bring me very nicely. Let me just hook up onto the next of the mods, which are these. The Massey Ferguson 5 5,000 or 5.000. These are 3 slots each. They're by RBN Modding. Sorry, phone dog was barking. There was someone at the door. I can't remember if I said now. 10.03 megabytes. 3 slots each. We've got a single axle or a swivel axle. These actually come as 2 separate trailers. We can have a 2,500 litre version or the 5,000. I think I went for 5,000 on both of these. There's a trailer hitch option as well, and as you see, they do hook together. I've got another hook on the back there, so you can daisy chain these along if you want to. You'll find them under Tools and Trailers. So the single axle is 13,500. They are, did I say what slots they were? Yeah, 3 slots each. And then the directional, which is the steering axle, is 15,500. They will take pretty much everything. Oh, 3,000. So I thought it was 2,500. Capacity 3,000 or 5,000. Rear hitch, yes or no. Wheel setup, single or duals. That's the options for that one. This one was 2,500. 2,500 or 5,000. Rear hitch again, yes or no. We'll set up single or duals on the rear. Those are the options. What I do like about this tractor as well, I mean, I know a lot of the tractors do it, your PTO, your engine speed and all that kind of stuff. But when you tip, he says, why are we not tipping? There we go. The engine really revs up on that port trip, but nice smooth animation on the unload. There's no left or right option on either of these. They both tip to the rear. Massey Ferguson 5000 by RBN Modding. Moving on from there, we have got this. This is very nice. This is the Stihl RE581 with trailer by Black Sheep Modding. The actual jet wash itself is there. That's 4 slots. The trailer, what I'm frustrated with, on the Black Sheep Modding website, because I follow them, it pings up whenever they put up videos and new releases and stuff like that. That's a Berkman trailer. Now, I don't know why it's been branded as Lizard, because Giants have a deal with Berkman, because as part of the Alpine Farming DLC, there's a Berkman trailer. So I'm puzzled by that. I'm not quite sure why we've got it as Lizard. I'm sure there's a very good reason, but it comes with this trailer as well. Now, the jet wash itself is placeable, so when you buy it, you can place it wherever you want, but it is also movable, transportable. But it's not movable by hand. The object is too heavy, so you can't pick it up by hand. Plus, it doesn't work with the CSZ big bag handler straps. So you have to actually do it with pallet forks if you're going to move it. Or you can leave it on the trailer like this and you've just got a completely mobile wash system. You just drive off and wash. Now that has got the tank on there. That is purely for looks. I haven't been able to get had anything to come up to say that can be filled. I mean, so yeah, in essence, it's a jet wash. If I press L3, get our jet wash, and we can spray. And we can put that back on there. If I hook up to the trailer, I can take it off wherever we want to go. L1 and X opens the back. I found it a little bit finicky with the forks. Not so much, I mean, yes, some of it will be my ability with forks, but some of it, even when you go into the bits where the forks go in, it doesn't seem to go on the forks properly, exactly. It kind of sits. But there you go. So you can remove it, you can place it down, you can leave it wherever, and if you want to transport it, you transport it off wherever you want to take it. So, where will we find these? The actual jet wash itself is under placeables and miscellaneous. Just there. Slot count will go down from 4 to 1. 1,550. So of the jet washes, it's fairly cheap. And let's say you can place it wherever you want as long as you're on the land. You can place it, then go and collect it from wherever you've placed it. And the trailer you'll find under tools and miscellaneous. 1,200 for the trailer. It's down as the TLALRE 581. We've got the option to change the rim colour to anything on there, design colour to anything on that palette for your trailer. Not bad at all. The trailer does have lights on it as well. Work lights on the back. Let's just put the lights on. There we go. I like the idea of having it as a mobile. I mean, I know we've got a few different ones. There's one on a pallet, a Karcher one. You can throw in the back of a pickup or something like that. But yeah, nice addition to have to the game. Which brings me on to... Oh no, we've got one more after this. We have got this. This is the Trans 70. This is by Rowley Christie VSR Modding Sur. 7.17 megabytes download, 16 slots on console. This is a 70,000 litre push trailer. Takes pretty much everything, but it has the ability to unload from the rear. Fine. It doesn't tip, which is great. Or, like the Annaberger forage trailer we've got standard in game, we can raise the back so we can actually unload it into another trailer, which I think is a jolly handy addition to have. 70,000 litres. Price isn't too bad either. It doesn't have a rear trailer hitch, obviously, because of the way it unloads, but you'll find it under tools and trailers. Right on the end, the Trans 70, 36 grand for the base model. Slot count will go down from 16 to 1 for any subsequent one you have. We can change the main colour to anything on that palette. Rim colour to anything on that palette. There are a few silvers, chromes, that kind of things. And then we've got the option of Trelleborg or Michelin for the tyres, and each one we've got a standard or a wide on the tyres. Those are the options, no more to it than that, no covers or anything like that. So if we hook up, under L1 and right stick up and down, we can, R1 and right stick up and down, we can raise and lower at the hitch. So depending on what we're pulling it with, we can balance it and get it level so all three axles are on the ground. However you want to go about that. Under L1 and right stick up and down, that puts the legs down, brings the whole thing up. So L1 and down on the right joystick, and then we can unload from there, which opens the back, and it will unload into other trailers, or if you've got a biogas plant that requires you to sell, you know, if you want to go into it rather than in front of it, or if you want to unload normally, once it's down, L1, R1 and triangle, and you can unload normally as a push unload. As you can see now, it's pushing back to unload. Not bad. And 70,000 litres as well. I think because we've got into that thing of we've got the Rowley Christie 120. There's the other one that went up to 110. We've now got the one from 82 Studio that if you want to go for the Unreal version, it's 250,000 litres. You look at a 70,000 one now and think, oh, it's not that big. But it is. Of course it is. And with the ability to do that, very handy piece of kit. Which now brings me on to the last of the mods for today. There is a map out today. The map is called Vosnis, I think it is. Vosnis by Bartson V3. Hopefully I'll be getting to that, but as we already looked at the updates today, there's an update to Spectacle Island, which is what my current Let's Play is on. That's had a massive amount of changes done to it, so I'm going to be going on and doing an update video for the map for Spectacle Island as well, hopefully today too. There's a lot of weird stuff going on here today, which I'm not going into details about, but yeah, we'll see. Anyway, we have got finally the Lizard Front Packer. This is by Castor DS Agro Service. 4.61 megabytes download. These are 4 slots each. Now, it is a front packer. It goes on the front. I think it's only 2 meters wide. This one is a cultivator, but the box on top is actually a supplementary seed or fertilizer tank. 2,200 litres. Now, if you've got a 2 meter seeder behind you, depending on what size vehicle, I know I've gone for a fairly large JCB here, it means you can cultivate, you've got extra seed and your seeder on the back if you want to, all in one pass as you go, which is quite handy. The other one as part of this is a roller which deletes fields. It puts them back to the original field state. It still has a box on the top for fertilizer and seed, or seed, which puzzles me, because if you're putting it back to the original ground state, what would you be fertilising? Or that one's a bit of a dicey one. You have to be very careful, because if you do use that and put it down accidentally, as you'll see in just a second, it can cause a few problems. These you'll find under Tools and Miscellaneous. So we've got the FPG2, 6,000 to buy, 2,200 litre capacity, requires 80 horsepower. Yeah, 2 metres wide, it will do seed or fertiliser. Options available, we can change the main colour, which is the box. We can change the design colour, which is the frame. And that's the same on the other one. The other one is the FPW2, which will restore the initial ground state delete fields, plus a tank on top. So yeah, I'm not sure why. Same options for colour on that one too. So if we hook up on that side really, 2,200 litres, L1 and left of the D-pad opens up for filling. We've got 2,200 litres of seed in it. Obviously I haven't got a seeder on the back, but and as we go we will cultivate to 2 metres. Very handy, very helpful. The other one, if we drop it down, we'll do that. So like I say, just be careful. It will delete fields. If you make a mistake or you want to get, you know, a better line on something, maybe that'll work. I'm still puzzled as to why you would have seed and fertiliser with that as well. But I suppose it's there, it's available, it's, you know, it's what they've done. So that's it for the mods for today on Tuesday the 15th of June. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest, whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.